Hello, everyone. The topic we are discussing today is about zero waste. So, before we start, I think each of us to introduce ourselves. So, my name is Peng Yingyi, and my metric number is 209446.
Hi guys, I'm Chen Bofan and my metric number is 209443.
Hello everyone, my name is Yujie and my metric number is 209555.
Hello everyone, my name is Wang Mingzi and my metric number is 208955.
Hello everyone, my name is Wu Hao and my metric number is 208862.
Okay, so everyone ready for our discussion?
Yes, ready.
Yes, ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. I believe that everyone knows that with the development of society and economy, people's living standards continue to improve, and people's ecological footprint is also expanding, which has caused a lot of waste. According to the survey, the average daily production of household waste per person is 1.16 kilogram. So in order to achieve sustainable development, a zero waste life is proposed. So our topic today is that it is difficult to achieve a zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia. And what's your opinion?
From my point of view, I think it's not difficult to achieve zero waste in Malaysia because with the negative impact of waste pollution on people becoming more and more serious. So more and more people and organizations pay more attention to environmental protection and carry out the implementation. So I think people began to use more renewable energy and the environmental protection products. Yeah, this is my opinion. What do you think, guys?
That's an interesting point. What you mean is that people in Malaysia have aware of the importance of environmental protection and have taken many related measures. So can you give us some examples?
Yes, of course. I will give you some examples. With the development of science and technology, more and more electrical vehicles will replace the traditional vehicles because compared with traditional vehicles use gasoline. So I think electrical vehicles are more environmentally friendly. Another example is that with the development of the internet, more and more people use ebook to read. Ebook will replace the traditional paper books, which will reduce the damage to the trees. At the same time, I think solar power and generation and the wind power generation can also replace the coal power generation because both solar energy and wind energy are unlimited.
Excuse me, Mingzi. May I interrupt for a moment? I want to make some point here.
Yes, sure, no problem. Please go ahead.
To a certain extent, what you said makes sense, but I don't think this can achieve completely zero waste. Because everyone's lifestyle and consciousness are different. At the same time, people's lifestyle are also, difficult to correct in a short period.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. So could you explain in more details?
Okay, I will give some examples, such as the e-books you mentioned earlier replace the paper books. Some others don't use electronic products and prefer paper-based reading. At the present, the of electric vehicles still have significant shortcoming compared with classic cars. We often see the phenomenon of electric vehicle brake failure in the news, and replacing all conventional cars with electric cars is a long-term job. So I think this conception is too, idealistic.
Oh, I see. If I understand correctly, you mean it will take long time for us to completely change our current lifestyle. However, I think we need to go back to our discussion topic. Gu Hao, you have been very quiet, so do you have anything to comment?
Yes, of course. I think the most common ways to behavior in our life is that a large number of plastic bags in the maybe supermarket are discarded. However, now many businesses have been aware of this waste and have taken measures. For example, in New Zone Waste Store in Malaysia, new stores waste rates, of course, including furniture, daily necessities, and even biscuits. The consumption mode of this store is calculated by weight. People need to bring their own glasses, containers, or plastic bag for shopping. Consumers can bring the goods in bulk according to their own needs, which avoids the waste of food and plastic bags to a great extent.
Okay, actually, I understand what you mean, but I don't agree with your point of view. Although the bulk weighting method can avoid the use of packaged bags to a certain extent, it also exposes the food to the air for a long times. So it's difficult to ensure the freshness of food, which will cause a large amount of food to be wasted. Because it cannot be eaten after it expires.
I agree with Peng Yingyi, and I also think the zero waste is difficult to implement.
I think what you said is reasonable. So according to the discussion just now, three of us find it difficult to achieve zero waste in Malaysia, while the other two hold the opposite view. So for this who think it difficulty to achieve zero waste, can you express your views?
Okay. I think there is a certain contradiction in zero waste life because products under the concept of the zero waste are difficult to mass produce. Their cost will be relatively high. So families that can achieve zero waste are generally wealthy families. And wealthier families have a wider carbon footprint, which creates a wrong audience. Do you have anything to comment?
Yes, I agree with what you have said just now. On the other hand, although some stores increase the recyclability of packaging by using paper packaging and glass containers, but I think glass containers and paper packaging will also increase the cost of the goods. So this means that the customer need to pay a higher price to buy the goods. But I think only a small number of families in the world can continue to bear higher consumption levels. So, this means that most people prepare to get the same product at a lower price. So Do you get what I mean, Peng?
Yeah. I got you. Well, actually, after listening to everyone's view just now, I think your ideas are very interesting. But I want to analyze the problems from the different angle. I want to analyze this problem from an economic perspective. I think it is difficult for Malaysia to achieve zero waste.
Well, this is a very interesting point of view and a very special angle. Can you clarify it?
Yeah. Our entire society is inseparable from economic activities. As long as there is economic activity, there will be waste.
Your point of view is a little micro. I may not understand what you mean very clearly.
Okay. From the book Environmental Economics and Management, published by Scott and Janet, both consumers and producers in economic market produce by products left over, which is waste. Recycling and utilization can indeed delayed waste, but it can not prevent waste. These raw materials will eventually be wasted and float into nature. In other words, as long as there is production and consumption, it is impossible to achieve zero waste. So I think zero waste is impossible to achieve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with you very much because I think it's very reasonable. Thank you for your explanation.
I think so too, because zero waste in the economy requires much investment by the government, and this is not a short-term goal that can be achieved. So it is challenging to achieve zero waste fundamentally.
Okay, so do you have any other different comments? If not, I think we will come to the end of our discussion today.
No, I think
no
that's
comment.
all of today's discussion.
So through our discussions, our final result is that achieving zero waste in Malaysia is relatively difficult thing. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so then I think this is all we discussed today. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.